A warm welcome to all of you. Today we are going to study about the subject organizational management and entrepreneurship. In that we are going to discuss about the fifth chapter, entrepreneurship, and session 10. My name is Muktambika. I've been working as a lecturer in Government Polytechnic, Raichur, in E&C department. A warm welcome to all of you. Today, just we are going to discuss about session 10. If you have already watched session 9 video, you will have been clear with the topics of what an industry is, what's an industry, what all types of industries are there, what is the capacity of an industry, and we also dealt with small scale industries and which all come under small scale industries. Those were the topics that we covered in session 9. Now in session 10, we are basically going to study what is the procedure to start a small scale industry. Okay. Firstly, again, let me refresh you what an industry is. Industries can be defined as the production of goods and related services within the economy. Industry can also be defined as an economic activity with the processing of raw materials and manufacture of goods in factories. And secondly, it can also be defined as the secondary activity of manufacturing, which converts or which changes raw materials into products of more value to the people, or we can also call it as a value added good. Clear? So this is all we have already discussed in our previous chapter, like session. Now, when we see an industry, it has to be started with someone. We call them as an entrepreneur. Clear, we have already discussed this because the whole chapter is regarding the entrepreneur or entrepreneurship there. So traditionally, the concept was what an entrepreneur can do. It is the ability and the aptitude to bear various types of business related risk and facing of uncertainties. That is a traditional way of defining an entrepreneurship. But the modern concept is totally different. It says the ability to establish new enterprise and carrying out various new improvements in an enterprise, a new outlook for an old entrepreneurship definition here. So what you have to do, you have to establish an enterprise and also you need to carry out various new improvements, because if you want your enterprise to be in a long run in a global market, then you need to make new changes to your enterprise. Very innovative and creative ideas should be implemented so that you sustain in the global market for a long run. Next, few of the examples of good entrepreneurs or the best entrepreneurs in the world actually, but basically these people are from India and these are the best entrepreneurs in India too. We'll be knowing, all of us, most of us know who Ajim Premji is. He is a chairman of Wipro Technologies, one of the largest software company in India, and he was also awarded with Padma Bhushan in 2005. He is a successful entrepreneur. Similarly, we have JRD Tata sir. So he is the chairman of Tata and Sons. He launched Air India internationally, and he also was awarded with Bharat Ratna in 1992. Narayan Murthy, so founder of Infosys Technologies Limited, he was chosen as a World Entrepreneur of the Year 2003, and he is also a non-executive chairman and chief mentor of Infosys. Why is that we were just looking into the people uh, to be motivated? Clear? So looking at these people inspires us also to be in or to become an entrepreneur. So now let us discuss what are the steps that are involved to start up an enterprise. I told you again, enterprise could be a small scale industry also. So we are just correlating it here. So firstly, what you have to do, you have to select the project selection. What is the technology and machinery that you are using for the project? and how are you arranging your finance, and how are you going to develop the unit, and how are you filling the entrepreneur's memorandum, and from where all you need to get the approvals, what are the clearances and the quality certification. So these are the basic 8 steps involved in starting up of any type of enterprise it could be. Now, let us discuss about what is the procedure to start a small scale industry, because that's what we have to do. Like, this is the last part of your chapter entrepreneurship. You know how what a small scale industry is, what all products is involved, or which can be called as a small scale industry, and what are the advantages of small scale industry and all. Now, let us look into quickly what is the procedure involved to start up a small scale industry. First of all, the first thing what you have to do if you are thinking of starting a small scale industry, you should know the product identification. You should be capable of identifying the product. What you have to do, you need to conduct a market survey and study the products regarding its demand in the market. So whatever type of product you want to produce, so what is the availability or how much do the people need it in the market? That is what you'll have to study. Check whether the product that you want to design is a seasonal product or it has a demand throughout the year. This also you have to do. I told again, why are you checking all this? For your product to stay in the market in a long run, this all is needed. Then study the similar products that are available in the market, that and who are the probable competitors, who is going to compete with your product, that also you need to analyze. And also you need to analyze regarding the utility, the quality and the cost of the product that you are going to produce or generate. So this all comes under the product identification. And again, whether the product can be exported or not. Really, if you have to sustain in the long run in the global market, so how are you going to? Whether can you export this product? Explore the possibility whether some product can be manufactured in collaboration with the foreign country. Again, this is going to be an advantageous thing which is going to increase the economy of your industry. At the same time, it's also going to increase the economy of the nation. So this also you can look into. Then coming to decide the product, what you are going to manufacture on the basis of how are you going to decide like what am I going to produce? There are n number of products that you can produce. And what should you be producing? And what are the criteria you look into to produce? The first thing is the market survey. Clear. Second one, financial implications involved. How much finance is involved to produce this? How much capital is required? From where all you going to get the money from? That all you'll have to think of. And technology. Okay, what are the technology? Technically, how are you going to? What technology is available with you? What machineries are available with you? And again, experience in the line. How experienced are you to start up the product that you want to design? So these are the few criteria you need to keep in mind if you have to start up. Then again, the second one is once you have decided what you want to produce, second go for preparing the preliminary project report to get a rough idea on the machinery, the raw materials and the financial requirements. So now we have actually decided what to produce, but next you should be knowing, right? So what are the machineries I could be requiring to produce this equipment or the product, and what are the raw materials, and from where am I going to get these materials from, and what will be the financial requirements that I may need to face. So what you are going to do? Preliminary investigation. The first thing what you are going to do is you are going to investigate, right? Analysis. Then idea generation, environmental scanning, again that can also be called as market survey, feasibility report or feasibility analysis, drawing functional plans, project report preparation, evaluation, review and control. These are the few basic steps that get involved when you want to start up an enterprise. So what you're going to do is decide the form of ownership, which may be sole, a proprietorship or a partnership, etc. How are you going to start up the business? Are you going to do it alone, individual, or are you going to do it as a team? Again, involving few of your friends or relatives or somebody, okay, who is also going to invest some amount into it. So decide what type of ownership you require, whether it's a sole ownership, a proprietorship, or a partnership. Then decide where are you going to start up the factory, the small scale industry that you have decided to start. Where are you going to start? Which is the suitable location? How are you going to judge it again? So which is going to be like where you are going to assess the raw materials or the natural resources, where you are going to get it easily. There you can just go for planning it. Then purchase the land or take a built up shed. You can just go for buying it if you have sufficient capital. Else you can go for just starting up with a area whichever is already available with a small shed or something there. Then invite the quotations for machinery and equipment. If you want to start up a small scale industry, definitely you'll be requiring some amount of machinery or equipments to start the business, and just look for who is going to give you these at a price much better. Right. So for that, we'll have to invite the quotations. We'll have to invite the people who are ready to supply you the machinery and the equipment at a reasonable price. Then prepare the detailed project report. So what you have to do next? Go on preparing the detailed project report, which is going to firstly include the industrial analysis. So what is this industrial analysis? When you say industrial analysis, it is the what is the market target? So where are you going to locate? What are the type of customers who are going to buy? What is the future market? What is the trend? So this is all. And again, products and services. What is the menu? What is the production of goods, services, future? Then market analysis, market trends. How does the market like take your product, so that's also an important concept, and number of competitors in the market, and what are the different competitive strategies. These are the few things you need to study in industry analysis. Then again, you need to learn about what is the present demand or what could be the future demand of your product. So how do you go for knowing what could be the demand? How can you just guess it earlier before you even start? So methods of demand forecasting, you can either go for a way called a survey method, or you can either go for statistical method. In the survey method, again, go for surveying the customers or feedback from a customer, opinion poll methods. Okay, then when it comes for statistical methods, it could be trend projection, a barometric method, an economic method. Statistics, you just take the statistics from the market and go on comparing what could be the demand of my product. Then coming to requirement of equipment, how much amount of, so what all equipments do you require and what could be the cost for purchasing those equipments, that also you'll have to measure. Then coming to the raw materials, okay, what are the raw materials required for your product and where are you going to buy them from? That's also an important concept. How are you going to get it transported? Again, speaking about the logistics, clear. Then coming to the labor or the manpower, or the whether you require a skilled labor or you require an unskilled labor, and what amount of labor do you require? How many people do you require to work in your small scale industry? That also you need to analyze. So these are the things that are to be there in your project planning. Then coming to the finance, okay, and power. So where are you going to get the power from for your small industry, small scale industry? Then the finance. Where are you going to get the finance? Are you investing it on your own, or are you taking some loans from the nationalized banks or any investors? So that all you have to do. Again, go for doing the break-even analysis. So these are all the tools of TQM. You have already studied this. So that all you are going to do, and you are going to prioritize your project report. Then break-even point, we know that we have already studied it. So how do you make the break-even point of sales? Fixed cost divided by contribution per unit into selling price per unit, or it could be fixed cost divided by total contribution into total sales. These are the two different methods in which you can approach the break-even analysis. Then coming to the profitability, that will also you have to think of. So why are you starting an organization? Basically for a commercial purpose, means earning of profits. So that you have to think of what amount of profit could I gain. Then apply for registration. So once you have planned, once your project or your document is ready, what you are going to do, you have to apply it for registration. You have to apply it for the government to get the license or whatsoever, what are the legal formalities involved, you need to look up to it. Then coming to plan the finance, okay, earlier you have planned actually how you are going to invest, from whom you are going to take. So now you are going to plan it or go for taking the finance. Follow the sanction of loan. If you are thinking that the money that is with you is insufficient to start up, then you can go for applying a loan and just follow up whether your loan is getting sanctioned or not. Then open a bank account, then place the order for machinery, apply for power, plan the layout of the machinery, where are you going to place the machinery or the equipments that you are going to get, apply for income tax and sales tax numbers, CGST and all, GST numbers and all you have seen. So you'll have to apply for them and also apply for the raw materials. What are you require? You need to order them priorly, right? Before you start up, you need to get the raw materials in sufficient quantity. That also you have to look into. Then recruit personnel. How are you going to appoint the manpower? Like you also require manpower for the functioning of a small scale industry. How are you going to recruit them? Then plan buying of raw materials. From whom are you going to buy the raw materials? Then what you are going to do is carry out the trial run to see whether the desired quantity and quality of the product is coming. You can't go for producing it in a lot. What you have to do is initially you'll have to make a trial whether the product that you desire, are you getting the same product or not. If not, then what all changes have to be made. How can you improvise the quality of the product? What are the, again, like what are the changes that you can make? These all things you will get to know once you make the desired trial. Then decide on pricing policy. What is going to be the price of the product that you are going to produce? Then organize the marketing. How are you going to sell the product? Where are you going to sell? Who is going to sell? Through whom are you going to sell? So these are the few questions that need to be in your mind. Then plan the account keeping. Who is going to manage the accounts? How much you spent? How much you got? What's the selling price? What's the cost price? What's the profit earned? What's the loss? All these accountancy need to be maintained from day one. So plan for the account keeping, then go for plan the commercial product. Then you can start up with how you are going to like start up your production, get going production, you can say. So see, how do you basically we have discussed these are the steps that are involved for your project plan. Now, how are you going to select the projects? So basically the four steps that you need to remember. Okay, after emergence of variable business opportunities, product has to be conceptualized into four dimensions or four P's we call. That is, first one is product. So what's going to be a product? What is going to be its shape? What's going to be its size, its nature? Second one is process. What technology are you using to produce the project? Then place. What is the location of your plant? Where is your plant? Where is it located exactly, or where do you want to place the plant? Then coming to partner, technologies or financial collaborator who is going to add up to the finances of your company. So these are all four P's you need to keep in mind when you are going for selection of a project. The factors like marketing strategy, availability of raw materials, process technology, accessibility to the market, incentive and support from government are considered in making choice of the product. So when you are going to make a choice, you'll have to think all these points or keep these in mind. Then, what are the list of documents that need to be submitted with the project report? I told you, you make a project report and you give it for, you are going to submit it to get the license or the permission. Along with the project report, what are the things or the documents that you need to enclose? The first one is prescribed application form in duplicate, project report in duplicate, list of total movable and immovable assets of the promoters, income tax and wealth tax details of last 3 years with copies of returns, tax returns if applicable, provisional registration certificate from the concerned district industry center, memorandum of articles of association and certificate of incorporation, certified copy of registration certificate issued by the registrar of firms, that we call it as forms A and form C. Similarly, registration with the tourism department and the license for eating house in case of hotel industry, permission or license from competent authority in case of textile, drugs, food, etc. certified copy of sale deed in respect of land. The land should be in the name of sole proprietor or partner or the company, like the land that you have purchased to start up the plant that we are speaking of. Then rent agreement, if you have not purchased, if you have taken it for a rent or a lease, then the rent agreement, and in case of rented premises, three quotation in respect of each item of a plant and machinery and raw material proposed to be purchased. Then again, details of the power requirement and tie up with state electricity board, whether you require a single phase supply or a three phase supply, and how are you going to tie it up with the local state electricity board. Okay, then copy of the instruction to your bankers to give full information about the concern of request to state finance corporation. Again, you'll have to give one of the copy to the banks also. Permission from water pollution control board. Definitely when you are producing, some amount of wastewater or effluents have to be left out, so pollution control board has to come here, okay, to look into. Then approved building plan from competent authority with cost estimates. So these are the few things that you actually need, or the documents that you need to start up a small scale industry along with the project report. Thank you so much for a silent hearing. So here we are a team of people who made effort to teach you something. Hope so this helps you in a great way. Thank you all the team members and also the students who are taking the opportunities in learning things. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All the best for your examinations.